Hello everyone, Mortai here, back with another BG Blitz video. Today I'm going to be going over the Silvershard Mines map. This one's going to be a little bit different video than the previous ones because unlike the other maps I have done so far, this map has had no changes made to it by Blizzard because it was already pretty fast paced. So we're just going to be going over some basic strategies, how the carts work, residuals, different things like that. One of the things you'll need to know about this map is there are three carts. There's the top, also known as the water cart. The original camp point is in the northwest part of, but the tracks can also be changed to send it northeast as well. There's the middle cart. The cap point for this is southwest. It's also the cart that will cap first out of the three carts, and then there's the lava cart. The original cap point is southeast, but the tracks can be changed as well and send it to the northeast part of the map. Carts that are under team's control will consistently provide resources for your team, or referred to as residuals, over time until it reaches the capture point. Once it reaches the capture point, it will reward your team 150 points. So one thing you'll want to keep in mind is when you're contesting a card, players must stand in the large circle you'll see on the ground. It will be either blue or red, indicating which team has control of it. It will be white if no team has control of it yet. Some instances on how the caps will cart, depending on the number of players on it. If there's one player in the cart, it will tick. It will take 6 ticks to fully tag the cart in your favor. It also ticks twice as fast when no one else is in the cart as well. If there's 2 players in the cart with no enemies, it will tick just as fast as 1 player. So it does not go any faster either way. So it doesn't really matter having more than 1 player in a cart that nobody's contesting you for. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Obviously, if there's the same amount of players, 1 player, 1 enemy, 2 players, 1 enemy in the same cart, it will just neutral. It won't go in either direction. If there's, say, 2 players and 1 enemy, the cart will tick in the majority's favor. If there's, let's say there's 1 enemy versus 3 players, the cart will tick in majority of the favor at the same rate. Another thing to keep in mind is if a player dies in the cart, the enemy will receive a 3-tick advantage immediately, rather than a gradual shift. So if you're going to be dying, if you think you're going to die, you want to make sure you get outside of that cart as fast as you can. A couple strategies teams will tend to do when the battleground begins. Some teams will just send all, in this case, 8 of their players right to the lava cart and gain control of the lava cart right away, or try to anyways, and then split off to the off carts afterwards. One thing to note, since this works the same way as normal RPGs, you could actually win the battleground by only controlling lava cart their whole time and just having to cap 1 off cart. So if you cap every lava cart that comes up and just cap 1 off cart, you can still win. So lava cart is actually the most important of these carts, or can be, depending on your strategy. Another strategy you can do is you can send a couple players to off cart as well. So maybe you send 6 to mid or 7 to mid or to the lava cart, and then you send one of your stealthies or a tank, for instance, to one of the off carts to try to control it, either the water cart or the middle. Middle is probably the preference because it caps first. So if you can get control of that, that would be a big advantage for your team right off the bat. So a couple things to think about there. Generally, your team will have an off cart team as well, like I had said previously, which is either a tank or sometimes a hunter, a rogue, boomkin, different stealth classes, or a tank. The reason for this is because they can't be seen when they're heading to the cart. It's hard to detect them, or like a tank, for instance, is harder to kill, so they can stay in a cart longer and last longer while they wait for help if it's being contested. If your team is going to use the strat of sending your full team to lava straight off the bat to try to get control of it, you want to keep in mind that you want to also be able to get to one of the off carts before it caps as well. Reason being is, even if you cap lava, if you don't get either one of those off carts, your team is already at a 300-point disadvantage. So, like I said, it can be made up with lava as long as you keep control of lava the whole game just by capping 1 off cart. But yeah, you don't want to be putting yourself team in a huge disadvantage right away. You want to be able to get to that off cart, get control of lava as fast as you can, and move on. If your team is controlling lava, you do want to keep an eye out for stealth classes. You do not want them changing the tracks of lava and sending it in the other direction, because it makes the cart take much longer to cap. It goes a whole other direction. So this will hurt your team if your strat is lava in an off cart or two. So you want to keep that in mind too. You want to be watching that flag, have somebody kind of watch it to make sure stealths are not changing the tracks on you. So a few things just to keep in mind. A couple of them I've already mentioned. Again, you don't want to be dying in the cart in the team fight. Again, that just gives the other team free ticks. Players can change the directions of both the lava cart and the water cart, making them take a lot longer to get to their cap points if that happens. There's a couple berserker buffs and a couple leap buffs up on the map as well. And always remember the middle cart caps first. While lava is usually the highly contested one that most people go after, you got to remember the middle cart caps first, because that's where the points are going to come first. So just keep that in mind too as far as the off carts go. So like I said at the start of the video, this map had no changes made to it. Works the same way as it does in normal RBGs. It just has less people in it. It's a fun map. It's fast-paced. It's unique from the other maps as well. It's the only one of its kind. So there's a lot of things, different things that can be done in this map to kind of win. Again, lava is really important. Off carts, stuff like that. You can win with off carts as well, as long as you take in lava here or there. So I hope this video was informative to you. Hope you gave an idea how the map kind of works. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. I'll answer them the best I can. Like, subscribe. I do have a couple more videos on maps I'm doing for the BG Blitz, so keep an eye out for those. They usually come out every couple of days. And I hope to see you in the next one.